Alrighty, thank you all for your patience from switching over to Twitter to Discord. Thanks again for joining us today. It's great to be back after a few weeks. So, in celebration of our upcoming Saucer Swap V2 testnet and mainnet launch, we are running a meme contest that ends on October 17th. And the total prize payout is 50,000 sauce tokens. So, if you haven't already, check out our announcement on Twitter regarding the entry details. So, today's AMA is going to be short and sweet, but filled with many important updates. So, let's get this started.
Hey everybody. Yeah, sorry about that technical difficulty with X. Not sure what that was about, but glad we could do the AMA here in Discord. So thanks again for joining this AMA. I do want to direct your attention to our Twitter account, which is the account SaucerSwap Labs. We just announced that the public beta and bug bounty for SaucerSwap version 2 will launch on October 28th, which is exactly 2 weeks from today. And this means that the launch procedure for SaucerSwap version 2 is officially underway. To give a brief overview of the timeline, you can expect the following order of events. So first, tutorial videos will be released prior to the public beta and bug bounty, where you can learn more about how to navigate the web app and participate in the testnet beta. And we do strongly encourage you to familiarize yourself with the web app in these tutorial videos to gain an understanding of concentrated liquidity going into the public beta. Additionally, we have other announcements that will be made in the next 2 weeks, so keep an eye out for those. On October 28th, the public beta will commence, and everybody will have an opportunity to find bugs, suggest optimizations, and just make the SaucerSwap version 2 web app the best it can be. So all you need is a testnet, Hedera testnet account to participate, and it will be very easy. You'll just connect your wallet like you do on the current website. We will release more information about total prize amounts when we get closer to that date, but needless to say, the incentives will be in line with SaucerSwap version 1's bug bounty, so get ready to dive in on the 28th, 2 weeks from today. We are currently only anticipating one round of beta testing on the testnet before proceeding to mainnet launch. If you recall or were around a year ago, we did have 2 rounds of beta testing on the testnet. Right now, we're only planning for one. So after the testnet bug bounty finishes up, which will be within about 1 week of the 28th, the SaucerSwap core maintainers will implement the fixes and optimizations that you guys find, and then we will move forward to the public mainnet launch of SaucerSwap version 2. We have a ton of more information to announce about the public launch that we are so excited about, and we think you will be as well. And we'll share more information as we get closer to the launch. So mark your calendars for October 28th. The launch of SaucerSwap version 2 is now official. We will start with that public beta in just 2 weeks. Again, we're so excited to bring concentrated liquidity to Hedera, and along with the novel Lari reward system. And if you don't know what that is, we released a Medium article that talks about it. It's kind of like liquidity mining incentives for version 2 to kind of bootstrap transition from V1 to V2. So more information on that as we get closer to the date as well. Once again, check out the latest tweet on the SaucerSwap Labs account, and if you would, please share it with your friends and your followers. We want to maximize the success of Hedera's next leap forward in DeFi, which is concentrated liquidity, and really get as many eyes on the network and all the amazing things that happen on Hedera. So thanks, everyone. I'll now pass it back over to Pineapple to take us through some of the questions that you guys submitted in the past 2 weeks.
Great. Thank you so much for those updates, Peter. So to start us off today is Saucerer, and they're wondering, with more supply of sauce being released into the market, Is there any strategy in mind to counter dilution in tokens?
Hey guys, great to be here. Um, yeah, so the MasterChef farm contract was assigned 50% of the 1 billion hard cap supply of sauce tokens, and is minting and distributing 317.1 sauce per minute. So approximately 91% of these tokens are currently going to liquidity providers per the SaucerSwap version 1 incentive structure. And as the protocol transitions to SaucerSwap v2, the rate at which MasterChef brings new sauce tokens into circulation will decrease by 60%. And this will extend the release schedule of sauce from 3 years to 6 years and significantly reduce inflation. Furthermore, roughly half of the sauce tokens minted by MasterChef will be redirected to the DAO. And of this new DAO allocation, 50% of the sauce tokens will go towards the Liquidity Aligned Reward Initiative, or LARI. And this is made possible for several reasons. So firstly, a significant percentage of SaucerSwap v1 liquidity is expected to migrate to SaucerSwap v2. And this means the farm rewards will be distributed among fewer liquidity providers. Secondly, SaucerSwap v2 is much more capital efficient, so is expected to generate more fees or real yield for liquidity providers. And this means less of a reliance on inflation-driven incentives. And lastly, despite the drop in inflation, sauce tokens will still be used to incentivize both V1 liquidity providers via yield farming and V2 liquidity providers via LARI. So as a quick refresher, LARI is a feature of V2 that offers concentrated liquidity providers a way to earn additional rewards without needing to stake their LP tokens. And these rewards are automatically distributed via airdrop at the end of 2-week epochs and in proportion to how effective each liquidity provider was at concentrating their liquidity around the active price tick. So the reward mechanism is much more efficient than V1 yield farming in that regard. I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but I will mention that LARI supports the distribution of multiple HTS tokens across different liquidity pools, thereby allowing projects to customize incentive campaigns specific to their token. So for example, Karate Combat could direct karate emissions at a karate HBAR concentrated liquidity pool. And this eliminates the need to always pay rewards in sauce. Thus, the remaining supply can be allocated more efficiently. So I realize this is a long-winded answer, but I hope it clarifies how the updated tokenomics model addresses concerns relating to token inflation.
Thank you so much for that, Joseph. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to post in Discord and we can further explain things. So our next one is from Anonymous. Do we have any word on MetaMask?
Yes, we do. So, as we have mentioned before, it was the intent to launch SaucerSwap version 2 with MetaMask support. And we are extremely excited to have MetaMask working seamlessly on the Hedera testnet with SaucerSwap. So currently the plan is to launch the public beta with MetaMask support. So on October 28th, you all and anyone new to Hedera can quickly get started with SaucerSwap version 2 in the testnet environment with either Hashpack or MetaMask. And this will allow us to further refine the MetaMask experience by going through a round of public beta testing in anticipation of the big mainnet launch for SaucerSwap version 2. And again, we fully intend to launch SaucerSwap version 2 with MetaMask support to optimize the success of the new protocol.
Great. Thank you so much for that, Peter. These are exciting times. So the next question is from Hederian Z. And they're wondering with CLMM, if everyone concentrates their liquidity in the same range, doesn't this prohibit or strongly impede price action outside of that range? If all token X liquidity is, for example, at 0.015 to a 0.025 range, they don't see how it could reach 0.03. And they're wondering if they will be relying on people actively managing their range during a run?
Yeah, good question. So as a quick recap, Saucer Swap V2 enables liquidity providers to specify a price range in which their funds will be used as liquidity for the protocol. So when the price is within this range, they earn trading fees, and outside this range, their capital is inactive in terms of facilitating trades. So to directly address the example you provided, if the vast majority of liquidity is concentrated in a tight price range, so 0.015 to 0.025 for token X, then the prices within this range, there's a lot of liquidity, and this facilitates smooth trading with limited slippage. However, as the price approaches the edge of this range, liquidity diminishes sharply, and a sizable trade could consume the available liquidity and cause a noticeable price movement. So this is no different than slippage in a low liquidity pool on Saucer Swap version 1. In your example, it would create upside price volatility. However, the inverse scenario is also true. So as demonstrated by Uniswap v3, which is the most used AMM, the game theoretic element of liquidity concentration is effective at pricing assets, even under volatile market conditions. While concentrating liquidity in a tight range can yield higher fees during times of limited price movement, liquidity providers risk missing out if the price moves outside their specified range. And this dynamic encourages liquidity providers to monitor and adjust their ranges. So those who anticipate a significant price movement may decide to set broader ranges or to move their liquidity to the expected new price region. So I guess to answer your question directly, yes, Saucer Swap V2 indirectly encourages active management. And in the event of a price run, liquidity providers who had their liquidity concentrated in a now outdated range would need to adjust their position to the new price range to continue earning fees. And as more liquidity providers adjust their ranges, the liquidity profile will shift in response to the token's price dynamics. So this is, of course, in contrast to V1, where liquidity is spread across all price ranges, therefore requiring less management.
Great. Thank you so much for that, Joseph. And for you guys, we will also be posting more materials leading up to the launch as well. So our next question is from TreeHugger69. Is the pool creation fee for V2 still $50 like for V1?
So Saucer Swap version 2 pools will actually be permissioned to start, meaning they will need to be voted on, voted in by the DAO to be made. And this is a strategic decision to optimize capital efficiency and really to maximize the chance of success for concentrated liquidity while it's new to the Hedera ecosystem. Many other protocols on other chains have opted for a similar approach for similar developments. So it is a proven way to limit the variables close to the launch and gradually introduce a new feature set to our users without either A, overwhelming them, or B, fragmenting liquidity unnecessarily. So the DAO will be the sole authority of new pool creation as it relates to Saucer Swap version 2. And we will explore exactly how this process works after the initial launch of Saucer Swap version 2 with the community. And just to be abundantly clear, Saucer Swap version 2 will launch with over 20 pools. So it will be quite robust at launch.
Great, thanks for that, Peter. This next question is for Joseph. So will Saucer Swap V2 require unstaking from the current platform and restaking in the new one? And will V2 have a single-sided staking mechanism for XSauce?
So yes, users will need to withdraw their liquidity from Saucer Swap version 1 pools if they wish to participate in V2. There is, however, no requirement to do this. The Saucer Swap V1 liquidity pools, yield farm, and interface will continue to be maintained. And also of note, the currently deployed wrapped HBAR token is interoperable with V2. So V1 and V2 will share the same wrapped HBAR. In terms of single-sided staking, 1/6 of all swap fees incurred in both SaucerSwap V1 and V2 will be channeled towards Sauce token buybacks, which are then sent to the Infinity Pool and the DAO Treasury.
Great, thanks for that, Joseph. So, guys, that pretty much wraps up our AMA today. If you have any questions regarding the SaucerSwap V2, feel free to post it in Discord, and we will try our best to explain things to you. We will also be posting a summary transcript of today's AMA on Twitter in the next 2 days, and be on the lookout for more information regarding SaucerSwap V2 as we are approaching the testnet and mainnet launch. So thanks again and have a great day.
And just before you go, everyone, I just want to say thanks again for tuning in and hopping over from X to Discord. And anyone that joined late, the big announcement today was that the launch of SaucerSwap version 2 is officially on the calendar now. So it will start with the public beta and testnet bug bounty on October 28th. So keep an eye out for more information as we approach that date. And one other quick note, we do have an active meme contest in our Discord to make some high quality memes showcasing the evolution of SaucerSwap version 1 to version 2. So if you'd like to participate in this, check out the announcement in this Discord. It's really just to get the word out about version 2. So yeah, we can't wait for the next few weeks. We're really excited about version 2, and it's officially on the books. So have a great rest of your day or evening, and we'll see you soon. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.